Good morning, it's Carrie Prince from Apollo Career Center, and this morning we are going to be making some oatmeal pumpkin cookies with a cinnamon sugar glaze. So I've got 2 1/3 cups of flour in my bowl, and I'm going to add to that 2 1/2 cups of rolled oats. I got the quick cooking oats, 2 1/2, and I'm going to add a tablespoon of baking powder and a teaspoon of baking soda. Don't mix those up or it's not going to rise correctly. I got a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of nutmeg, and a teaspoon of cinnamon going into the dry ingredients. You're going to whisk this together just to incorporate, especially those leaveners. They're just nothing worse than when you're eating a cookie and it tastes like baking soda. Ugh. So got to make sure you mix those dry ingredients really well before you start incorporating the wet. So I've got 1.5 cups of sugar. I'm adding 3/4 cup of melted butter, 1/3 cup of pumpkin puree, not the pumpkin pie filling, but the pumpkin puree, the solid packed pumpkin. Put that in there. I'm gonna whisk this together as well. When I did my practice, I got butter all over me, so kind of tilt that away from you so it doesn't happen to you. Gonna add 2 eggs and about a teaspoon of vanilla. And now I need a tablespoon of molasses. Well, I forgot my molasses at the store yesterday, so I can substitute dark corn syrup for molasses. Not the same rich flavor, but it does the job. So if you forget your molasses, you're okay. All right, incorporate this together. So once those wet ingredients are combined, you're going to add your dry to your wet and kind of combine that a little bit after each addition until those are completely combined together. And then you're going to drop these onto a parchment-lined baking sheet, about, a couple inches apart. They don't spread too much. I use a little scoop when I do mine. You're going to bake it at 375 about 10 to 12 minutes. And kind of clean up my mess here a little bit. Oops. They come out of the oven looking like this. Now we're going to start our glaze. I've got 2 cups of powdered sugar, and to that I'm going to add 4 tablespoons of water, about 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla. Let's combine that together. And I'm going to add a little bit of cinnamon, about 1 teaspoon, just until you get a glaze, right? It's going to be, oh, it smells so good. These flavors are just so fall. All right, so there's your cinnamon sugar glaze. You're going to take each cookie and just dip it upside down into that cinnamon sugar. Oops. And then you're going to let those, once they're all dipped, let them sit probably about 15 minutes and let them kind of dry before you put them onto like a tray to serve them. But these are our oatmeal pumpkin cinnamon sugar cookies with a glaze, and then I'm going to top each cookie with just a little pinch of cinnamon to give it some more fall flavor. These and all the recipes can be found at apollocareercenter.com, and First Edition will be right back.